How is it going, guys? We have made it out to Sema 2021 in Las Vegas, and it is good to be back at Sema. That is not so much Vegas because it always takes my money. But anyway, obviously last year we weren't able to attend because of everything that happened and they didn't have a show. So I'm excited and curious to see what it has in store for us this year. Not expecting too many older FRSs, BRZs, or 86s, maybe a few cool builds, but I am expecting to see the new BRZ and the new GR86. Most of you guys have probably already seen photos, but seeing them modified may or may not change your perspective on them. So I'm going to take you guys through the show with us and let's see what we can find. We're at the Raise and Mack booth. They've got some really nice cars on display here. We've got Dustin Williams GTR. They've got two wide body Supras, one with the Veris kit and another is Kangushi's Formula Drift car. Also have the orange C8 over there and a Tesla as well. Let's jump over to their wheel display and I'll show you guys what they've got new for this year. For the Graham Lights lineup, we've got a new finish for the DR and CR. This is their new glossy gray. Really caught my eye when I came over here because I have a set of 57 CRs for my FRS that are white. Don't think I've seen this finish on a car before, so these will be a nice addition. And then right next to that, we have the 57 XR, which is an upgrade from the Extreme. These are a lot stronger and more rigid. They've added knurled beading to the barrel. You've got the embossed logos, and then you can see this ring that they've added around the lip to make it even stronger. For the Versus lineup, they brought back the Turismo. This is their VT125S, and then down here, this is a new finish. This is their gray silver for the VV21S. Both of these will be available in fitments for the FRS, BRZ, and GR86. Last but not least, we have the brand new NE24. Up top, we have their matte gun black, and then down here, we have their shining black metal. Over on the Advan side, we have the new Beyond GT, which is on the Veris Supra, and then we have the R6 as well, that's on Dustin Williams GTR. At the HKS booth, they've got their new BRZ on display that they imported from Japan. It's got their lip kit on there with carbon fiber accents, duckbill, and wing on there. I talked to them earlier and they said that most of the exhaust components are transferable besides the manifold, so front pipe and catback are on here. And I believe the suspension is transferable as well. So this is dropped on some Hypermax S coilovers, and honestly, it looks really, really good. HKS does have a couple products for the new 2022 BRZ on showcase here. That we've got their GT2 supercharger kit as well as their S-Type oil cooler. These are expected to be available February of next year. Made our way over to the Cusco booth where they have an old 86 on display as well as an imported GR86. This car has a ton of Cusco braces, coilovers, a new Fujitsu exhaust that we'll take a look at in a bit, but it also has the Rocket Bunny wide body kit that looks absolutely spectacular. It really puts into perspective the possibilities with this car. I know a lot of people weren't too happy with how this car looked when it first came out, but personally, I think it looks great, and with a little bit of modification, I think it's gonna look even better. So this is the new Fujitsu exhaust made specifically for the new GR86. You can see it's dual exit, 4.5-inch tips, either burnt titanium or a carbon fiber finish. You've got the two mufflers here and the resonator, so it shouldn't be too obnoxiously loud. This is the same exhaust that's on their display car here that looks perfect. I'm excited to actually get one of these and throw it on a car once we have one available and see how it sounds. Now, I was told that The exhaust, like HKS mentioned, the exhaust does transfer over from the older models, but it's a new engine, so it is going to sound a little bit different. So yeah, like I said, excited to get some exhaust and the car itself so we can do some testing and see how everything sounds. Over at the Toyota booth, of course, we have the GR86 on display. So I'll give you guys a quick walk around for those of you who haven't seen it yet. On the front, a bit different than the BRZ. I personally prefer this one because I think the lines are a little bit cleaner on the BRZ. This accent piece is a bit of a weird shape. I like how this one is just straight across and straight down. The front to me is kind of Porsche-esque, which I enjoy. If we come over to the side here, we've got really aggressive lines on the side skirt here that come out from the door, and then we have this accent vent that eventually probably change out to carbon fiber accents or something like that. We continue back here. We have this kind of strake on the rear bumper area right above the wheel. I don't really like how they did this. It just seems like they stuck it onto me and kind of an afterthought. I wish they would have molded this to the body, but not terrible. We've got a bit of a weird shaped gas door here, but that's not a big deal. When we come around to the rear, you've obviously got the duckbill on the trunk, and then we got the taillights with the black accent going across the trunk. I'd be curious to see what that looks like if it was paint matched. To me, it doesn't look terrible black, but like I said, just curious to see what it would look like if this was just all red and the taillights were isolated by themselves. You've got the third brake light with the reverse lights still down below, and that pretty much wraps it up around the car. We're gonna hop inside and I'll give you guys my impressions in there. All right, so hopping inside the interior, the first thing I noticed is the seats. They feel great. The bolstering is nice on them, holding me in place. A combination of leather and suede with silver stitching. Got the steering wheel, same steering wheel controls and shape basically as the previous gen with a GR logo on the underside. Obviously, you're gonna have the digital display, which is gonna be really nice as well. The center console, really simple design. Got a nice armrest here that opens up, and you've got your cup holders and USB slots inside. The climate controls look a lot better than they used to. I still have those plastic black knobs in my FRS, so these are a nice upgrade. That pretty much rounds it out for the interior. Let's pop the hood and check out what's under there. All right, so underneath the hood, obviously we have the new FA24 engine. Looks essentially the same, just a little bit bulkier. Small bump in power. That is going to be very much welcomed. It might not seem like much, but I think once we drive the cars, it's going to be pretty noticeable compared to the older models. But yeah, it looks pretty much the same in there. Toyota has some accessories on display for the GR86. So we've got two forged wheels here. This is their 17-inch in a bronze finish, and then down below we've got the 18-inch black wheel. We've got some sway bar options here, and then down here we've got some different accents. So these are their fender vent inserts. Got a body graphic here, so just a vinyl accent. Quick shifter kit, some different shift knobs, and then down here we have their 10-inch powered subwoofer if you guys are audiophiles. And then what we've got on this wall is their performance catback exhaust system, intake, and air filter. So they've already got some accessories for this car available. Well, not available, but obviously they've got them displayed. So they're going to be available, which makes me even more excited for this car. Hopefully we can get our hands on one soon. Got another GR86 over here. This is their NASA official pace car in the white color, which is my preferred choice. I've actually asked them if they have any more info on when these are actually going to hit the lots, but of course, no info. So we're just gonna have to be patient. Right behind the GR86, we have this Supra with their sport top, basically a target top that I think works really well on this car. Also have some kind of maroon or red accents on the mirrors, the seats, and I think the steering wheel as well, as far as I can see. I've got some HRE wheels on here with a nice lip kit to round things off. And like I said, I'm partial to that white color, so I think this car looks really good. Let me know what you guys think. As expected, we didn't see that many FRSs, BRZs, and 86s. We saw a lot of C8 Corvettes, Broncos, some Supras, and of course we saw the new BRZ and GR86, so can't complain there. The show was a little bit different this year. A lot of vendors dropped out, so there was some dead space that was usually filled with a lot of different booths and such. But nevertheless, it was great to get back out here, see some familiar faces, and see all the different cars that people have been working on. Let me know what your favorite car you saw was, whether it was in this video or you attended the show yourself. But that pretty much wraps up our show this year. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.